Hello everybody, welcome back on MDG Media. This is the last tournament of our New Zealand Stretch 2024 Garden City Open presented by Discmania. This is a round 1 front 9 MPO feature card. We are back in Christchurch for the 4th stop of the NZ Elite Series, and today we have a special guest on the card, Avery Jenkins, all the way from the United States. 979 rated player, your 2009 world champion. Pretty fancy to have him here. Second on the card, we'll have another Discmania representative, Maverick Robertson from Colorado, United States. 971 rated player. Third on the card, your defending champion Ethan Stout, all the way from Invercargill, sponsored by Discraft and Small Planet Disc Sports. 973 rated player, yeah, we all know him from the past tournaments. And Jonathan Wake from Auckland, Palmerston North exactly, rating 960. Pretty interesting to have him on the card. First time I'm gonna comment on him. He's only playing for a bit more than a year and he's already smashing discs. It's pretty amazing to see. And we are going on to hole 1, par 3, 114 meters. It's a pretty interesting hole to start the whole tournament. You have a hazard, so you don't see it on the screen right now, but it's just before the basket. So you need to have the distance to attack the basket. If you are not sure, you try to go right or left or just short. But yeah, the whole MPO field is attacking the basket for sure. So you can go straight with a fairway driver or a big hyzer bomb with a distance.
Avery Jenkins.
Yeah, you start the round the way you want. Everybody wants this birdie. It's a short one. Everybody can reach the pin. That's a bit early. It's gonna have some flare on the ground. Just outside C1 under that tree. So he passed the hazard area.
Robertson.
Maverick now on the tee pad with a cloud breaker in his hands. I had the pleasure to practice for a few days with those two guys and Ella Hansen. It was pretty interesting to see all this amazing plastic Discmania is offering.
Ethan Stout.
Great discs to throw with. And now your defending champion on the tee pad. Lefty. We have 2 on the card today. Smooth. A bit overcooked. Left side. Yeah. Not the spot you want to be.
And last but not least,
But all good. It's the first throw of the tournament.
yes, Johnny.
And the attraction of the moment in New Zealand, Johnny Wake. He can smash. That's gonna skip a bit. Just outside C1. Good shot. And a good smash to start the round. Early morning round for this first card. The plan was to make the MPO feature start early after the players' meeting to have a bit more crowd to follow the card. So yeah, a very important factor throughout the weekend is the wind. It's really, really blowing on this golf course. Oh, and a good try to start on the knees, hitting the cage. Good line from Avery. And a bit more shy for Jonathan. Clean up 3 meters, should be okay. Oh, and a bit left. Let's start. So we'll have a par frame to start the round. And yeah, as I was explaining, the wind is really important on this course. They started pretty early, so they had a calm front nine, and then you'll see that the wind is going to just pick up. The first day was the hardest. You'll see the difference with the scores. So unfortunately, the drone shots were made just after the tournament. We had not a lot of time, so yeah, don't mind the tee pads. We were throwing from carpets, really clean ones. We just don't have them on the screen. Hole 2, par 3, 84 meters. Interesting hole, dead straight. You just have a super low ceiling to fight on the first part of the fairway, and then trying to slide and have some groundwork. Voila. Low line just outside C1 with the flare. Good shot from Avery. Second opportunity just outside. Oh, that's a bit high. Yeah, catching some branches a bit short. And you need to get used to play in the morning. It sounds a bit weird, but yeah, personally, I definitely prefer to play in the afternoon. So you need to wake up super early to get your body moving. And yeah, that's the interesting line used by Jonathan. He's going outside. Doesn't want to do anything with the branches in the straight line to the basket. And it works pretty fine because he's C1. And a good approach from Ethan. An easy par in the making. Oh. A bit short. Maverick is really comfortable on the green, on the dance floor. You'll be able to enjoy it within the next few holes. Oh. And another detail that you can just notice is that you don't have Elix basket on this tournament. It's Discmania, this catcher targets that we have for the tournament. They were both pretty happy about it. They want to start, kind of market it in New Zealand. And I'm pretty sure it's the first tournament ever in New Zealand with that type of basket. You could hear that bend on Avery spot. On to hole 3. Yeah, not the hardest one. It's a bit longer than hole 1. I'm sorry. 125 meters. So yeah, there is OB on the left side far, now on the frame. And you need to fight the first 3 on the right side. But yeah, nothing too dangerous, nothing major to worry about on this hole. Just try to have a flex shot with a distance driver or a fairway if you have the distance. You can see it's wide open on the left side. Yeah, good for the lefties. You can see he can go wide, but he's going flex shot. Not too high, trying to use the ground. Ooh. And that's OB. That's definitely out of bounds, left side. I wasn't seeing that coming. Come on, flex that. Oh, it looks amazing from Avery. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, 6 meters. Still a bit of work to do. But great shot from Avery. Oh yeah. And I think, he's catching that tree right side. That's the only enemy the righties have. Careful with the late release. you can be stopped pretty early and then fight with an approach 50-60 meters from the pin, maybe a bit more. That looks pretty nice also from Ethan. But definitely advantage lefties, I'd say, on this hole. Have more space. I had exactly the same problem as Maverick in the first round. Yeah, inside the circle. Good up. 7-8 meters. He's comfortable on the dance floor. Should be all good for him. And that's gonna be our first bogey, unfortunately, for Johnny. After the first bird. Oh. Left side. And he'll need to clean up. Clean. Dead center. In the heart of the chains. Good height. Perfect putt from Maverick. And Avery. Oh. Second bend of the round. Already 3 birdie opportunities missed. 2C2, 1C1. On the knees both. Hole 1 and 3. Yeah, it's always good to have opportunities like this. You just need to capitalize a bit. There is 15 holes to come, so no worries for Avery. He has the experience. And as you can see, another rolled tee pad. Onto hole 4, 159 meters, one of the easiest par 4s of the course. So you can attack, so you can see you will turn right between those trees. There is hazard in the sand left side and also the green long, so you can try to attack as a righty with a big turnover, but you can also just go straight and then second shot to the basket, open view, and go for another straight shot. So you can try to, yeah, be closer from the basket, but it's risky because if you hit the trees or if you go too tight, if you don't put the turnover you want, you can end up in the hazard area or in the OB. It's a pretty simple hole if you want to just play it wise and short. As you can see, the players wants a bit more. That's the tactic. So that can be a straight shot backhand, but also a forehand as Maverick is doing right now. Perfect shot. He's dead center. He have a view on the basket. 60, 65, 70 meters maybe to reach the pin from there. So you don't really need to be aggressive on this one. Wide for Ethan. Yeah, he's at the drop zone, man. He looked pretty unhappy, but all good for Ethan. Yeah, and Johnny is one of those players playing aggressive. And you can see why. That's the best shot I've seen on this hole throughout the weekend. So Avery was very long, that's why you see the normal OB zone just ahead of him. That should be, yeah, easy for him to make. Should be the first birdie of his round. Everybody wants this birdie. It's one of the easiest. 2 straight shots. Or hyzer. Whatever the way you want to approach the basket. But it's definitely a must make. Wow, and Johnny is almost putting for eagle. It's the first time I see that. It's probable that without any wind you could try to do something as a righty. Big turnover, trying to find the perfect line. And maybe, yeah, being around the basket for an eagle putt. Yeah, it should be a start frame for our group. Yeah, Johnny taking back the stroke. He's just lost on hole 3. Good job.
The goal this year, we've tried to elevate things.
It's hard to explain, but it's not hard to explain at the same time. It's addictive as fuck.
Everything just is really, really magical here in New Zealand.
This tournament is anticipated to be one of the best ever seen in New Zealand.
The competition was high. It was a challenge, eh? It just came down to the last few holes there with Luke.
Breakfast with Jenkins, man. The 4 events were a success.
Please welcome Paul Oman.
I mean, I couldn't imagine a better welcome.
We want to make sure that we deliver a high quality test for their game.
We have a lot of big plans for this course.
Yeah, that's our brand new project coming from New Zealand. Documentary on how everything is growing and managed here in the country from the Tour Down Under perspective, but also from the INSI L Elite Series. So yeah, you'll have a lot of insights, 6 episodes out of the 6 tournaments we filmed, and also an extra on Bros for Change for our uncle. And I just missed hole 5 to make some ads here. Amazing hole, 80 meters, 86, my bad. So yeah, it's a slightly turnover shot for the righties, or forehand. Yeah, or a crazy shot for Maverick. He sees something else on this one. Yeah, and we are not sure from here, but yeah, he missed the Mendo unfortunately, because there is a Mendo right side. You can see the arrows. And I'm pretty sure Ethan missed it also. Wow. Yeah, it's easier for the lefties. I don't say it's... Yeah, don't get me wrong, you understand what I mean. But the line is maybe a bit easier. You can just let the disc fade straight and then fade slightly. So confirmed, Maverick missed. But that's an amazing hole. If you go a bit too long, there is that big pine tree. So even if you do an amazing shot, if you are 7-8 meters too long, the branches will not allow you to go into the chains, or you will need to find a solution. Okay, so both Ethan and Maverick missed the mandatory. Allez. It looks like Avery is pretty comfortable right now on the drive, on the putting green. Just needs, yeah, nice, to capitalize again. He's only 1 down, but he had 5 opportunities to have some green. Clean up for Maverick and Ethan. Wow, no birdies on this one. Yeah, that's definitely a bird that any top 10 MPO should try to get. And hole 6 is one of the hardest. It's a pretty, I won't say weird hole, but really Kiwi kind of design, I'd say. So you'll see that there is that hazard area just before the basket. So yeah, the pin is just there on that small hill. And then you have all this hazard. So yeah, you can land around and just roll. A lot of things can happen on this hole. So you can go big hyzer shot, like a lot of players are going for. Yeah, a huge part of the field is just looking for par in this one. So you can try to go straight at it. Jonathan is going big hyzer left side. Yeah. Oh, bad roll is just, yeah, in the circle 8 meters. But that's a scary putt right now with the hazard area just behind the basket for him. Same plan for the 2 Discmania players. Oh my, wow. You just witnessed it. And Ethan going a bit straighter. Oh, oh, oh! We were close. Amazing line, but again ending in the OB area. We were not that far from an ace. Thank you, Ethan. Yeah. Good save. Should be the same for Mav. Yes, sir. Should be a par frame. The good thing is you can try to tag the basket. And then, yeah, if you stay around the basket without going OB, good for you. If you are rolling or anything in that hazard, you should be within 5-6 meters, so you should be able to take the par. On to hole 7, par 3, 75 meters. You have 2 ways to go to the basket, left and right side. So yeah, you can go straight, fade, skip, and use the ground to go to the basket, or just go left side with a slightly turnover shot. You need to turn pretty fast because the angle is pretty tight. And then for the lefties, you definitely go left side. Well, that's what I would guess. Avery is going right. Yeah, good shot. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he's around. He's C1. Another birdie opportunity for Avery. Yeah, exactly the same spot for Jonathan, but different way to go to the basket. Oh my, that's early for Mav. Yeah, huge kick. But I'd say not that bad for his next shot. Oh, and that looks amazing. Controlled. Yeah, there is a lot of groundwork on this green. It's pretty dry under those trees. So as you can see, he landed pin high, but is definitely outside of the circle. And did we miss a shot from Mav? I'm not entirely sure, but he was outside the trees to me. Oh, and Jonathan is outside, not outside, but C1's edge. I thought they were closer. Again. Well, that's gonna make him mad. Third band out of 7 holes. Yeah, and a bit left for Ethan. The height was there. Yeah, a lot of birdies opportunities missed by our feature card. And that's a bogey for Mav. We missed one of the shots. Right side, he probably kicked another one. Yeah, on to hole 8, we are almost at the end of our first 9 holes. Yeah, par 3, 142 meters. Yeah, one of the hardest to get a birdie at least. So again, nothing too major. There is OB right side of the frame right now. So yeah, it's a turnover shot. If you put too much angle and if you're too short, you could be in danger to go OB, but yeah, it's not happening a lot. So you're trying to really go turnover high and then flexing with the fade to go back to the basket. You need to have the distance, definitely. As you can see, the distance. Voila. You can see the tactic. High, and there was a bit too much angle there for Avery. He should be in the middle of the fairway. Maybe rolled for a bit, we didn't see it. And yeah, the first turn curve is pretty easier for the lefties, but it's hard for them to go to the basket because they cannot have a full flight or anything. Johnny has a huge arm, huge distance. I've never seen him going to the pin. The righties, in the other hand, can definitely attack the pin, the basket. With a good angle, good flex shot, you can reach the pin. And that's too much also, I think. It's gonna roll. But again, pretty okay. Those players will have a 50 to 70 meters approach. At least for Mav, it's wide. He needs the fade. See one's edge. Some work to do to save the par. Needs to hold. Not the best shot from Ethan. Yeah, and a bit of an air bounce. Misfire. Get down. Good up from Avery. Still 5-6 meters to fight with. And Johnny. Closest to the pin. Oh! And a throw-in. From 25-30 meters. Amazing shot from Johnny. And definitely an amazing bonus. Yeah, almost for Ethan, good height. Yeah, and that's too high from Maverick. As you could see, the wind is starting to blow now. You'll notice, but the branches are starting to move on their own. And it's gonna get worse and worse throughout the next 9 holes. 10 holes. Yeah, third bogey for Mav, +2 on the round. Yeah, the scores are nicely spread. Hole 9, one of the toughest to me, par 3, 91 meters. So yeah, you won't see it here in the drone preview, but this hollow you can see now on the screen is an OB river. So you'll be able to see the flags during the play. But it's a straight shot, it's really hard. There is that low ceiling that you need to fight with the tree in the middle. So it's a really low line. It's really dangerous for the righties. Again, to me, advantage to the lefties. You can go low and then, excuse me, let the fade do the job to get back into the right direction. Uh-oh. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. If you kick this big tree, you're in danger as you just witnessed to go in the OB area. That's a normal OB, no hazard. You can see yellow flags are hazard and red flags are normal OB. So if you have a forehand as a righty, that's the option. Oh, another one. Wow. He has a crazy distance with that thing. Yeah, good up for Johnny around the basket. Some work for 5 meters. Yeah, and a good approach from Ethan from under those trees, right side. And Avery will catch a first bogue. Come on. Yeah, it looks a bit tough for those players. Not the best start of the round. Just Johnny pretty clean, thanks to that throw-in. Normally the front nine is, yeah, at least the first 7 holes are really attackable. So yeah, I thought I would see a bit more green, but it's disc golf and it's the start of the tournament. And it's early morning also. Checking if the basket is right. And we are done with the first 9 holes, guys. We have a lot of struggle, I'd say, on the front line. Jonathan is in the lead, tied with Connor McKinstry. And then a lot of players at 1 down. So yeah, nothing major, nothing incredible on the first 9 holes. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you on the back.